Hey folks, WoRM here. I am the worst of all rock and metal. Week number 5. Thank you for joining me. I imagine most people on the planet did not watch last week. Pretty safe assumption. And probably going to happen again now and forever. But such is life. I'll keep making noise, being goofy. So what do we got? A little song we're working on. We have riff number 1 is done. I ended up redoing the drums and the guitars, making everything sound decent. Last week we did riff number 2, which is going to be the main riff. And this week we'll do riff number 3, which is going to be the chorus. I got to figure out if I'm going to keep the same time tempo, if I'm going to change it up a little bit. The riff kind of drags a bit if I go slow, but we'll check it out, see how it sounds. So not too much going on this week, just making some noise, having some fun. This week I'm going to give a thank you to a really cool guy, Mr. Mark Briotti from Jag Panzer. I've met the man many times, chatting with him on the internet for probably 20 years. We used to hang out up in Tampa during the Dean Guitar, Dean Owners of America little party Elliot threw for us before he passed. So Mark, really cool guy. They're working on a new record right now, the Hallowed. Make sure you pick it up when it comes out. And one of the things he taught me is how to name demo songs while you're working on them. Because much like himself and Tony Iommi had said, you can only name riffs, slow E, fast E, chug F, drop G, silent K, whatever you want to call them. Helps if you name them something. So this song I call the 1 2 3 song just because of the riffs with the 1 2 3 kind of repeating through it instead of 1 2 3 4, which happens most times. So Mark, thank you. You're a cool dude. And I'm looking forward to hearing the Hallowed. So let's get going, making this noise. We'll see if we can't get up the first 3 riffs done today. Thank you.
Hey folks, welcome back. The WoRM is here. We are back on our good friend Mr. Reaper. So last couple weeks we did riff 1, the opening riff. Then we did riff 1, which is the main vocal riff. So this week right here, riff number 2, the chorus. And I've already made some drums. So we go down here. That's my drums for this riff. And I already went in and copy and pasted the verse riff right there, and another copy of the chorus riff right there. And I put little name tags for each one. So as you're playing through or listening, you kind of can see where things are coming up. And for future use, the riff for the lead, or the marker for the lead, and we'll take it when we get there. But right now we're going to work on our chorus. So if we put our little time start stamp there, we hit play. Picked up the drums a little bit, and the riff's going to go like... No, I messed it up, but it's going to be something like that. So we'll get there when we get there. So, we'll stop this bad boy. I already tuned up because that's kind of one of the first things you should always do. I've got this guitar track already armed and ready to rock and roll. I've got my record settings right here in auto punch time signature. We went over that last week. And I have my selection to record right here where the chorus is going to go. So when I hit record, we'll hear a little bit of what was the riff beforehand. Then we'll get a nice blank slate in this spot to record the riff that's going to be our chorus. So let's get this thing rocking and rolling, folks, and see how many times I can screw up. Because I am the WoRM, the worst of rock and metal. Whoa, that was bad. But let's kind of hear what we had rocking there for a second. we'll give it another shot. We'll hit stop. Do a Control Z, which will, hey, rid the world of all that crap we just did. And we'll try it again. We'll go back to that first riff. So we'll give this a quick little listen. So it's a fast riff. Actually, that's out of tune, so I'll have to do this again. Alright, so we'll stop. We'll get rid of you. We'll go back to Mr. Tuner. Hello, Mr. Tuner. So very nice to see you again. Oi, thank you, Mr. Worm. You are the worst of rock and metal. Let's get that guitar sounding decent, shall we? Yeah. Do the best I can with the tools provided. It's that old G string is always out of whack. Alright. Third time's a charm, as they say. Let's give it another shot, shall we? Then we're going to the main vocals again. So we'll save you. We will do a... Actually, I'll make you a little bit bigger. So if your mouse is in this area and you use your scroll wheel, you can make it bigger or smaller. Kind of cool. Or if you're over here on the left where all the tracks are, if you use your scroll mouse, it goes up and down your tracks. So if you just want to make your area working in a little bit bigger to do this kind of stuff so you can glue your tracks together easier, just use your scroll mouse while in this area. So we got those three selected, glue, boom. And I moved that guitar to the center so it sounded better while I was recording, but we're going to move him back over where he belongs. So we got one guitar, and I forgot, I think we had like 6 or 4, so we're going to do 2 left. That's like, looks like 3 right and 3 left. So I won't subject you to all of them, but this is recording, I think. Yeah, we're recording. Hate to do this all over again. So yeah, I'm recording. I can edit this crap out when I get to it. So I'm going to finish the rest of these riffs right here. Stop, sure. We'll go back to you again. Next track. And I believe I went to the middle pickup when I went to the other channel, so we'll drop the pickup into the middle. We making progress. Bam, bam, boom. Save. Go down to the next one. So I think this is still guitar. Let me solo this. I think that one I went down to my bridge pickup. Sounds a little twangier. So let's give it a shot. Alright, cool. So that's all our guitars. Pretty quick and easy. So I'm going to glue all these guys together. Once again, another pretty easy thing. I'll make this area a little bit bigger, easier to select stuff. So disarm that so I don't mess something up by mistake. Scroll up a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Try it again. 1, 2, 3. Right click. Glue, boom, done. 1, 2, 3, and through 3. Glue, 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 glue items, bedding done. 1, 2, 3. Glue items. 1, 2, and 3. Glue items. 1, 2, 3. Glue items. Hooray! So we got all our guitars, rock and roll. I believe these two guys are bass. We'll solo them together. Ba-boom. We got Mr. Bass. And we'll open up our bass plugin, which is this guy again, the old Bass Deluxe. Pretty cool. So if I arm this bad boy, I can tune my bass. Let's see what we got. Boom. Look at that. Still thinks it's an A. It's a D, I know better. Alright, rock and roll. So, our bass is in tune. Now, if I remember correctly, it was like, was it an E, D, C, then I went to G, A, B, and it was C, G, 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 E. So let's see if we can make some heads or tails of this. So I got my bass tracks are armed. I've got my auto punch, time punch, whatever it's called, ready to rock and roll in the right spot. I got my thing ready, whatever that thing may be. It's ready. And let's go. Let's go. So, that was a quick error. So we will do my favorite, Control Z, makes you go away because you're horrible. I'm going to save this because, you know, if I get a little Control Z happy, sometimes you can't undo something. Let's go. So I had a flubber dubber in there. I went to the B instead of the A. Right where the A was. So we will start punching you. Let's see. I know we'll do the whole second time I did that riff. So, wrong button. Let's go there, Spanky. There we go. So we'll change you. We'll put our starter right here. We're going to punch in the middle of a punch. It's a punch punch. So we'll save that. I still don't like that B. It's like a B with an A kind of lingering on it, but let's see how it sounds in the mix. With everything going together, we'll do you. So I gotta do a glue upon a glue. So that's like all sorts of crazy. So we got those guys. So we come back down here and that guy. So we will glue you. Ba-boom. Looks pretty good. Sounds like one whole tracky track. Bang, bang. We'll scroll over. I'll add this guy. We will glue you together. All right, cool. So. So that's our chorus. Let's see what kind of nonsense we can add to it with Mr. Keyboard, because that's kind of fun. So if we scroll down, so this is a keyboard 1. This is keyboard 2. Let's scroll over. Oh yeah, see? I gotta move this guy back to here, or I'll be recording half of what I want to do. We will arm keyboard 1, and it's not about mice that can't see. Nah, bad humor of the day. So let me see if I can find my keyboard plugin. I think it's this guy. Keyboard 1. Here he is. So I'm gonna pull him down on this screen so we can see him. So I have a chorus, a choir rather. Then I've got this cool guy, which is the Blade Runner, kind of cool. And then I got a tuner, so I can actually tell what notes I'm playing. Because once again, I'm not a keyboard player. I know very, very limited music theory, but I know it starts with an E, a C, and a D. That riff. So there's a low E, there's a high E. I don't know which one I want to do. So my favorite trick that I do, because I am not very literate here with music, I put guitar picks underneath the keys on my desk, so I know my E's are. So I know if I go up, two, it's going to be a G. That's the root note of the second half of the riff. Then I just gotta find my my C and my D, which would be C and D low, C and D high. Then we got A B, which will come comes in the little ending there. So let's give this this is just for noise and fun. So let's see what happened if I follow just the root notes of the chorus, and we'll give it a shot. Probably didn't do all that much. And I messed up the end anyway, because it's supposed to go C, G, E again. I started late too, because I had a bad punch in. I don't want to solo you anymore. And let's give this one more try. So it's kind of like the high one better. Wah, 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 wah. Alright, let's give it a try. Alright, let's give that a listen, just because, you know, I am masochistic. Let's see what it sounds like. Alright, I can work with that. I had a wrong note in there, but it's buried pretty deep. You don't hear it. A G, the D is the second half of the G chord, so we're all good. We will glue these guys together. Bam. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Glue items. And we're done. So we've got an intro. We got our intro here. It's real pretty. I'm sure many people will weep upon hearing this. The 1, 2, 3 thing going here pretty heavy in the main verse. And pick it up a bit in the chorus. Rock and roll. So, there we got the drums going for the return of the second verse. So, I am the WoRM. I am the worst of rock and metal. I do thank you for joining me today. Week number 5, where we got 3 riffs of our song done. So, for next week, I will probably, I don't know, for next week I will have the song complete up to the part where we're going to do the solo. I may even have the solo riff already recorded, and we'll go over kind of what you want to do when you write a solo. And we'll just take it from there. So thank you again. I am the WoRM, the worst of rock and metal. And you all have a beautiful day.